I'm back. Hey, welcome back to Integrity Off-Road, everybody. It's been a few weeks since I've last got on here, and it's actually for a very good reason. Shortly after posting this video, I was on my way home from work, and a giant hawk swooped out in front of me on the interstate and busted out my condenser, put a big hole in it. Its talon was actually stuck inside of the condenser, which is kind of cool, but also not cool because it was a very expensive fix. So it's been in the shop for the last 3 weeks. Finally got it back a couple of nights ago. But in the meantime, I actually had some goodies get delivered to the house. So what we have coming, or actually what we have today, is a set of fenders from Hooke Road and also some fender liners from Hooke Road as well. I was going to try to have them powder coated in 41. At least the inner fender liners was going to have them powder coated to 41. Unfortunately, no one was able to paint match that color. Went to the dealership and tried ordering some paint for the vehicle, and they said that paint coat is not available either. So I don't know what I'm going to do with all these scratches on the vehicle because touch-up is not yet available. However, we're going to go ahead and power through it. We're just going to keep everything black for the time being. If I do choose to change the color later on, if the paint comes available, I'm definitely going to be doing that because that is kind of my vision for the vehicle, is to have the black fenders and the paint match fender liners. So let's get to it. So what we've got here today is a set of inner fender liners from Hooke Road, front and rear, as well as some fender flares from Hooke Road as well. I've never tried their products before. I know that they are based in America, but I do believe that they are Chinese. I did ask them if they would be willing to sponsor this video, and they said no, but that's okay. I'm gonna try them out anyways, and if they like the video and they want to sponsor a video in the future, by all means, reach out and let me know what you think. But we're gonna give these guys a fair shot here. So far, I really like what I'm seeing on them. So without further ado, let's get these bad boys installed. Okay, when I first got these inner fender liners and fenders to the house, I was trying to do some research on how to remove the old fenders and the fender liners, and I didn't find a lot of information on the Hooke Road fenders on YouTube, and the instructions are very, very vague, which you'll kind of see in the video when I was trying to put all the fender liners together. But the first step, from what I understand, we are going to have to drill out all of these plastic rivets around here in order to get the fender liner out. So we're going to do that right now. There's 8 plastic rivets on each of the front fenders. Once you drill them out, and then you can pop them out. There's, I believe there's only 3 10mm bolts that you'll have to remove on the fender liner. There's one back here. There's one over here, and then there's one right back there. If I find any more, I will definitely let you guys know. Oh, there's one right there. So I think that's all of them. All right, so power tools for the win. If you have a drill and a 10mm socket, definitely use that to get those out. There's only 4 of them. Last thing I need to remove in order to get out the fender liner, there's 2 plastic tabs right there that we got to pull out. This is what you're left with. Everything is exposed, which good news is we are going to be replacing it with the fender liners. Remember, you do have your turn signal here. Before you start ripping and tearing on the fender liner, you want to make sure that you disconnect that. That's going to be way back here. So you want to make sure that you pull that red safety tab back. All right, I believe we are ready to remove the fender. I've got the light unhooked, got the fender liner out. In order to remove it, just grab hold of it. No, maybe. There we go. Is there anything else holding it in? Do we got it all? I think. Oh, we got one more bolt. See? This is what happens when there's no instructions. Do better, Hooke Road. Do better. I missed it. There we go. Do better. Ha ha! Bye! Alright, once you get the old fender off, make sure you remove all of the white plastic clips because they do just kind of break off. They'll have some kind of hanging in there. That's where a trim tool would really come in handy. But I was able to punch them out, so no big deal. Once you get all that done, make sure you go ahead and test fit your fender liners and your fenders just to make sure you have everything put together properly. I did not have it put together properly initially. I had the passenger side and the driver's side piece here flipped around, which is no big deal. It was a quick fix. So everything is fitting now as it should. So we're gonna get this thing in place. Okay, so you guys are kind of learning along with me here because, again, instructions are very, very vague. So we are currently in the process of installing these rivets. The kit did come with a rivet tool, which was nice of them to include that. There is a little diagram on which holes to insert. However, I do recommend just kind of lining it up as you go along, just to make sure that you are, in fact, putting them in the correct holes. Well, guys, a few days has passed since that last clip. The fenders did come with a Rivnut tool. Unfortunately, this is what they sent me, and I managed to break it after the very first rivet, and it just wasn't working out in my favor. I got very frustrated. I was out here till like 10 o'clock at night trying to figure out a way to put everything together that evening, but between running out of time, running out of daylight, and running out of patience, I decided to put the video on hold for a little bit. So I hopped over on Amazon and I purchased this Rivnut tool by Hardell. You can pick this thing up for about $39 and was at my doorstep within 2 days. So this made it so much easier. It does come with some extra Rivnuts, and which is great because I ruined a few of them so far. But this thing is super easy, saves you a lot of time. If you are tackling a project like this, please spend the 40 bucks, get this guy, you'll thank me later. This thing is literally as simple as screwing your Rivnut on the threads, making sure you keep it straight, punch it in the hole, give it a nice crimp, and then you can unscrew it from there. And she's done. Saves you so much time. Definitely pick this thing up. Well, I didn't realize it at the time, but I ended up running out of storage on my iPhone. So doing the rear fenders wasn't captured one bit, unfortunately. But to be honest with you, they're actually a lot simpler than they are the fronts. If you can do the fronts, you can do the rears. It's a lot easier. Not as many steps to put those together. But here are the rears. Putting in the fender liner is as simple as just fitting it up inside of there. The one thing that you will have to note is not to bolt up the inner fender liner until you start bolting up the fender, because they share some of the same holes. And those two holes up there, there's a couple of bolts inside of there. Those thread directly into the fender liner, which will then hold it to the vehicle. So that's the one thing on there. But other than that, the rears are super simple to do. Now for the turn signals themselves on the front fenders, there wasn't a lot of information online on how to wire these up. What I ended up doing was I stole the wire harness from the original fenders and basically cut off the ends of it. The wires that you'll need mostly is the black ground wire, and then the white wire with the green tracer. That is your turn signal wire. Basically, you just want to wire that up to red, and then I have it zip tied up in here and then plugged into the original connector. Now, whenever you do something like this, you are going to have the issue where inside of the vehicle, it's going to say turn signals out. Now, these will flash normally, but on the inside, it is going to rapid flash at you. The only way to get around that is through a taser or a taser mini. I will be getting one very shortly, but I've got some more LEDs coming on to the vehicle shortly, so I'm going to kind of wait until those are done, and then I'll just program everything at once. Well, that's all I got for you today, folks. These fenders and fender liners turned out absolutely amazing. I think they look phenomenal on the Jeep. Definitely the look that I was going for. There was quite a few hiccups in the road getting this video put together, from the Rivnut tool breaking to multiple late-hour nights trying to get this video done. And then on top of that, the camera not cooperating, running out of storage and batteries, etc. But we got it done. I think they look absolutely amazing. Next week, we are going down to Vandy's Off-Road Park. I am super excited about that. If you are familiar with that park, if you've been there or you plan on going, leave a comment down below. Tell me what your thoughts are. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications so that way you get notified every time I release a new video. Until then, ride with integrity.